to get that last blemish out. Hard spar right there. That's it for rough planing. As you can see by those pictures, got all the major defects out of it. And the last pass, I did a spring pass on it, and this clamp here was loose. This one's a little bit tighter, only to resist the force going up. So basically, it was being held by 2 points, these two here. Now when I finish playing this, we're going to slide this down, and I'm going to put a right angle block here and clamp it to the table so that all the way down this will be supported firmly. I don't need it on the first pass. Now we go to the stress relieving, mainly because who knows how well it was stress relieved the first time. Now that I've got all that hard skin off of here, I'll go ahead and do it the way I know works, and we'll go from there. Get you set up on the treatment. All right. Time to stress relief. As with anything, it's all about having the right equipment. Now, if you tried doing that with a stock oven, you just ripped your fire bricks all to pieces. I have a very hard refractory towel that a friend of mine gave me that lines the bottom of mine. I lose 5/8 of an inch in height, but I gain a lot longer life on these fire bricks. Now, I've already programmed my machine, so I've done the hard part. Now I just sit back and wait. As you can see, it's like 79 degrees when it first started. Now it's slowly going up. Yep. Got a temperature probe in the top of the oven. This is all computer controlled. It runs, and I'm not, this was nearly $3,000 with shipping, somewhere in there. But I can't trust a heat treater, you know. There's no way to check what they've done is right. And their method may be something totally different than what I've learned to do. And so you got to do it yourself. Or find somebody that you trust. And you know, I could run this up and turn it off and let it cool down, save electricity and everything else. I think I have what's called ethics. Couldn't do that to somebody. So we're at 143. It's going to take it up to 1,050 degrees, which is what the government Navy study said had the best results of all the ways they tested. And it'll soak at that temperature for 1 hour each. Got it set for 2 hours of soak. and then it'll start stepping down 100 degrees every hour. All automatically. Makes you proud you live this long. I'm gonna go drink a fake beer. Bye. Got 3 minutes left at 10:50. That's the 10:50. She'd be hot. Went through a cycle last night. About 1 o'clock last night, I came out here and opened up both doors so it'd be cool. This thing holds heat very well, so if you don't open the doors, it'd be 300 or 400 degrees in the morning. So ready to go back on the planer. Well, we're back at it. Now this little sucker spent yesterday afternoon in the heat treating oven. Got it out this morning. See, my nice shiny surface is now all brown. But it spent the night in there. And we're going to set it back up for final planing. Now, head of this planer is sort of like a surface gauge, surface plate. Scratch all the way across there. It's telling me that's almost perfect. Now, this is the time that you want your stuff to be all set up to where nothing moves. And because my 6-inch block is not long enough all the time for these on this final part, I always just put a right angle up here, up against it. So, need some way to clamp that down. Remember, these aren't precision blocks, these are spacers now. Get them off of eBay. Used to be super cheap. This is my stop for the force coming this way, which on a planer is probably the most important one to have. We've got our first real cold front of the season. All right, I think we're ready to give it a little try here. Make sure everything's off the table. Tight everything so you don't throw it off the floor. Okay, now that I've got everything set up the way I like it, I'm going to take and warm the machine up. Now this bed floats on a film of oil, and I found that if I let it warm up for about 10-15 minutes, everything just seems to work better. Before I let it start warming up, I'm going to touch up my finishing bit real quick. Put that in, then we'll be all ready to go.